going on? So as I turn the music way down, so it's not too overpowering, whew, we are pretty much done with Prime Day. Like we're on the cusp of being done, and I've done. This is my sixth live stream. Sixth. How do you say that? Anyways, I've went live. This is my sixth time going live, and we have covered everything from USB mics, XLR mics, to gaming controllers, to most webcams that I recommend, to everything Elgato that's been on sale, and now we are to the last one where I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to cover still tech, still creating stuff, the creator stuff or whatever, gaming creator stuff, but more creator, all creator really. Um, and yeah, UGC creators. I'm a UGC creator myself, and I figured why not end it with that? Found some stuff that I was looking up and was like, hey, there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of good stuff, and some things I did mention in my past streams and stuff. I'm gonna also throw in here because they're good. They're gonna level up your game. They're gonna level up what you're doing, and at the end of the day, leveling up as a UGC creator, running a business, may I add. We do run businesses. If you're a UGC creator or you're a content creator, this is a business after all. Um, that's what we want to do, is level up our business. And just like last time, we're not going to, if questions come in and all that, of course, I'll answer them. But we're going to skip through this as quickly as possible, not spending too much time on each item, but just kind of giving a rundown of what it is, how it works. And if you can't tell me, grab my eyes, is because I'm mentally trained. And on top of doing the streams today, I've also recorded videos, and a couple of them were for cooking. So anybody's ever done cooking collabs, you know you gotta cook. And then for two separate videos for two separate items. So it was a lot of work today. But in any case, we're here, we're ready to go. If you are watching this afterwards, or if you're watching this right now, the description has all the links that I'm going to be talking about in this. If you do want to support me, you don't pay no more. It's Prime Day. You better not pay no more, right? But I do get a little bit of kickback. Just helps me as a full-time content creator now, going from trucking to driving a camera and content full-time. So I really appreciate that. If you do have questions about anything I mentioned, or if you have a question just in general, make sure you drop it in the chat, and I will hit those as long as I can, or as fast as I can. I do have my chat open here on the screen as well. So with all that being said, let's hop into it. Let's get into the first item on the list, which is, a lot of people ask me the mics and stuff I use. This mic right here is one of the ones I use. I use it till today. I used it on several videos today to prove it. It's literally right here on my, here, wait, there it is, the red one, $23. This mic is great. It just works. It's $23, and it's a boom mic, and you plug it into the bottom of your cell phone and you're good to go. It comes with a wind filter, pop filter, wind filter. It comes with a carrying case. I don't technically use any of those. I just leave it mounted on top of my device, and I'm good to go. But yeah, it comes with all that right there. It comes with that entire kit, and it's $23. Like $23, that's a still, it's, everybody's always asking me, what are you using when you're making content on the go? This mic. I have a Comica, a more expensive mic up here, but that mic is just plug in, and I don't have to worry about batteries or anything like that, and it's good to go. So if you are looking for that, then like a boom mic or something like that, I would definitely check this out. I will say you do need a cable to make this work with your cell phone. It's not just going to pop up on the, it's 3.5, but don't worry about it. For $558, so a total of less than $30 to get the entire mic set up. You'll get this little adapter right here. You plug in the 3.5. It even says it on the cable itself. Phone, Comica, smartphone. It says it right here. I'll show you. So you don't have to worry about if you're plugging the right cable in or not. It says it right there. Smartphone. You can't see it because it's dark right there, but it says smartphone, trust me. And yeah, this is the cable. You just plug this in and then plug that into the bottom of your phone, and you're done. That's it. You're good to go. And you have audio, and you got good audio. As simple as that. So if you're looking for good audio, pair in the Comica mic with the USB-C to 3.5 millimeter cable for less than $30. You're just gonna up your game, especially if you're brand new to UGC or content creating in general, and you're looking for something like this. Then check these two items out. Links are pinned in the not pinned, but they're in the description below. Moving on. This right here, do I have it right here with me? I think it's downstairs. I used it today, so that's why it's not here. And I actually need to add something to this list. I'll add it at the very end. But this is a ND filter. If you're a UGC creator, you're like, what is an ND filter? A majority of content creators don't know anything about cameras, like techie side of cameras and stuff. A lot of people just pick their phone up, figure it out, and shoot, right? I was one of them. I didn't know a whole lot about ND filters, like Sony cameras, this, that, and the other. I learned it while making content for YouTube. But this is game changer, because what this does is literally, if you ever try to shoot content outside on your phone during the day, it's super hard to get it to not be overexposed, to what we call it, or blown out is another word for it, where it's just super bright and there's nothing you can do about it. So you're always waiting to the very end of the day or the very beginning of the day when it's like that golden hour is what we call it to shoot content. Well, you can do it right here. You can use this in the middle of the day. Well, I would say if it's super, super bright, the ND32 might be not as good, but you can still make it work because you can turn the ISO down on your cell phone. But this has been a game changer. I've been using this on my content outside of with my cell phone, and I can shoot pretty much any time of the day without any issues now, because you just mount this on the back of your cell phone and it slides over the front of it. It even has a cold shoe mount on top of it, so you can put a light or something like that on it too if you need it. I mean, if you're shooting outside in the sun, I don't know why you would really need it unless you're getting some kind of dark shadow or something like that. And then the front of it twists, so you can just twist it to adjust the level of darkness you need the lens to be. It's super nice. It's super super cool. I haven't made a video on this yet. You know, I'm slipping evidently. I need to make a video for this and show it working. But it works really well, and it's on sale for $37. If you're making content with your cell phone outside, highly recommend getting something like this, because it's going to save you. And it does come with a carrying case as well, so it protects it. It's a nice little carrying case. That's why I felt like I had it up here, but I have like items everywhere from brands. Like they're everywhere. Like I'm swamped. But in any case, yes, if you're looking for something like this, definitely check this out. It's going to be in the description below. Let's go ahead and move on to and if you have any questions about anything you're seeing, or you have questions in general, just make sure you drop them in the chat and I'll answer them as we go along. The next item on the list is a small rig. This is a clamp that you can clamp pretty much literally anywhere, and then adjust it, and you have a 3/8 thread on the top of it right there, where you can put a mount and then mount your cell phone, mount a camera, use it for this even. But I use it, I literally have, do I have my camera turned on? That is the question. I don't have it turned on. Okay. I have my other camera over here, my Osbot, and it's actually mounted on one of these clamps right now. And I have another one I use somewhere else. Like I have two of them right now, but they make them longer too, where if you want this is a 9.8 inch one, but you can have this one as well, which is 11 inches long. And these are great because you can just literally, I'm using one right now. Hold on, let me show you. You can literally use this, right? You just take this, put it anywhere it can go around it, and tighten it down, right? And then you just undo this, and this whole thing moves wherever direction you want it. So when you're trying to get shots and stuff, and the ball head moves here too, you can mount it anywhere in any position, and now you're good. You don't have to worry about it. You can put any kind of camera on here. It's not going to move at all. I've put my DSLR, my big cameras on here, and it's been fine. It holds up perfectly fine. So these are clutch for UGC creators. I actually recommended this to somebody the other day because they were asking me how to get creative shots. And these are how you get creative shots. These are super simple to use, easy to use, and they come in clutch. Like I was literally using it to hold my boom arm for my shotgun mic over here. It's literally, I just kind of had it built in the L to pin against the wall so it just didn't rotate, because it rotates, just has a mind of its own. But in any case, for 20 bucks, Great deal. Great deal. Get 2 of them because they're going to definitely help you out in a pinch. Moving right along here as we keep going. Hollyland Mark II mics, wireless mics. I'm going to be 100% honest. I've never used these. The reason why I have never used these is because I use the Rode Pro. But I didn't want to bring the Rode Pros out just because, one, as I didn't see them on sale, and two, they are a lot more expensive, like $200 expensive, and I didn't know if anybody wanted to spend any of that kind of money. But I've heard nothing but good things about these mics from multiple people in the community I'm a part of for Creator 5, and they absolutely love them. Everybody loves how they mount to you, how they got the magnet where they can go under the shirt and stuff, and they sound good. They're super small. You can see how small they are, and they just work. So I don't see why, if you're looking for something like that, and this is a cool thing, you get a receiver for USB-C and a Lightning. So if you have an older cell phone for an iPhone that has Lightning still, you can use this on there. So that's pretty cool. So I just want to throw that out there real quick. Moving right along, because I have a few more items to go through still. Podcast UGC. Anybody that's in the UGC creator space knows that podcast UGC is a big thing. Lots of clients love to see people get this kind of stuff, have this kind of setup. I mean, this setup I have here, clients hire me all the time just to have this look of a podcast setup where I'm looking and talking to somebody like I'm talking to you right now, but not looking at the camera off camera. Like, they love this kind of stuff. And this is a great mic because, one is it sounds really good. Two is, in my opinion, it looks good. And three, it'll hook up to your cell phone, USB-C. So you just hook it right up to your cell phone. You're good to go. That way you can get a nice long USB-C, or I don't know, this one I think it's like a 6-foot it comes with it. I have the mic literally over here mounted. I use it. I like it that much. And it's super easy to use, and it sounds good out of the box. You don't have to know anything about sound. It has the volumes at the bottom where you can turn it up and turn it down. That's all you need to know. It has a headphone port on it. So if you want to hear yourself talk while you're doing a podcast, maybe you're going to be doing Zoom meetings, maybe you're going to be doing an actual podcast that somebody has you on their podcast. You know what I mean? If that's the case, you can use that and hear yourself talk and know what you sound like. So that's pretty cool. I like it a lot. You should check it out. $63, and it comes with the boom arm. That's the reason why I'm pointing this out, because it comes with the boom arm and the mic. So you get the whole setup and you're good to go. And if you want to upgrade in the future, for you that do know about it, it's also an XLR mic, which means you can hook up and sound like this, a podcast XLR mic. You have a USB condenser, and then you have XLR. This is a condenser slash XLR, so you have both options available for you. But for $63, you're getting the entire kit. So if you're into doing UGC podcasting stuff, definitely highly recommend, because you'll make your money back really quick on that if you're able to just set up a little podcast looking setup and go for it. Moving on. What do we got next for him, Johnny? Well, I'm glad you asked. We have the Govee Smart Plug lights here. I can't believe I did that. It's funny though, right? These, I love these. I have these in my man cave, or my studio, the Millennial Falcon. You know what I mean? They're everywhere. I use them for my lights, for my camera gear, and everything else. They are Amazon. They can connect to your Amazon. You have an app, and if you have a Stream Deck, and I'm gonna get into that here in a minute for my UGC creators and content creators that have laptops or PCs. I'm gonna explain why you're gonna want to get one of these, and they're really cheap right now, so I would highly recommend it. But you can connect them to that too, and literally have control over everything that your lights connect to and stuff in the background and stuff. So I could go and change all that, but I'm not going to right now. But anyways, for $23, you're getting 4 smart plugs. You can get the Philips ones. They're like 4 times the price. So don't buy those. These do the same exact thing. Simple as that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't want to buy the more expensive thing that does this, that does the same thing that the less expensive thing does. That's why 7,000 of them are bought, because they would do what they're supposed to do. In the discussion, get 4 of them. You can get 2 for 16, but why wouldn't you get 4 for 23? $23.99. In any case, Check those out. Description below if you're looking for them. The other thing is Govee smart plug lights. I use these in my studio too. So like if you are building that, you see kind of the theme we're going into now. We started with cell phone stuff. We're kind of going into podcasting, UGC and stuff like that. But these are nice too because I like to have everything set up on the same system, the ecosystem and stuff. So it just makes it easier for me to turn stuff on, turn stuff off, put things where I want to put them. They also work with Amazon. They also work with the Elgato Stream Decks and the other stuff as well. So they're just nice to have. And you can get 4 of them for 23, or you can get 8 of them for 54. It says right there. You get 1 for 10. Get at least 4 because they're $23, $24 for 4 versus almost $11 for 1. So not a good deal for 1, but definitely a decent deal for 4 of them. Let's move on. And these lights do change color and everything else, RGB. Again, these are what I use, and I could change the colors of them and stuff. I keep them at 5600 Kelvin because I like to record in here, and that's about the normal kind of where I record at is 5600 Kelvin. For you light nerds out there. Speaking of lights, these are my key lights. Everybody's asked me about my lighting setup in my studio. Everybody's always asked me, how is your lighting so good? Not always been this good. It's only gotten this good recently. I actually have a fill light that's not even on right now. I can turn it on, and I even got better light. You can just see how I just brighten up a little bit. And that's the Genian dual lamp anchor lamp light that I actually did a review on in the channel here. That's not sold on Amazon, or I probably would have covered it in one of the this live stream more than likely. But this is a really cool because you can connect it with your cell phone. They're thin, they're not fat back boxes, and they're nice and big. These are 15.5 inches wide. They put off a nice soft light glow to you, as you can see here. And it's just going to make your podcast setup or your content setup, especially if you do a lot of content in a studio, you're trying to streamline the process. These kind of lights just streamline that process, So if you're looking for something like that, I'd highly recommend these. I have 2 personally. One's over here. It's at like 70%. And the other one's over here. It's at like 20%. And this is the lighting I get with them. And they don't take a lot of room up. So that's what I like about them. There are different brands out there and stuff, but this just works wirelessly with my computer, and it works with my Stream Decks, which we're about to get to here soon. Moving on to the next item. This is another computer item. This item for content creators is what I'm using right here. It's literally the same mouse that I have right here. This is the Corsair Scimitar Elite, Wireless Elite. It's got a 2.4 dongle with it, and it works pretty well. Anything like any wireless any wireless mouse, it just dies quick for me. I don't know why. Like after a few days, it's dead. I have to charge it up. Only downfall. That's any wireless mouse. Like any wireless mouse, it's 150 battery. Maybe it does last longer, and I just don't notice it. Highly recommend it for several reasons. Is one, if you're an editor, you have multiple buttons on the side of it right here. Here, let me show you the full screen real quick. Multiple buttons on the side right here that literally just game changer. You can change it. You can set these buttons to hotkeys for when you're editing CapCut, for you like me, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Pro, and use this. This actually slides too. The whole mechanism slides back and forth. So depending on how long your thumb is, they thought about that. They gave you a little tool. You can come in here and loosen it and then slide it back and forth to make it set up perfectly for your ergonomics and stuff like that. You got a nice little pinky, or not pinky, whatever the finger goes right there. Rubber just feels good texture wise. The wheel, I will say it's noisy. The wheel on here is noisy. I don't know why. The mouse is great. I love the mouse itself, but the wheel is noisy. Like that's pretty noisy to me. That's about the only thing I don't like about the mouse. But the other cool thing is you can set like an Elgato Stream Deck up on these keys to have it do the same things as you would do with an Elgato Stream Deck. So you're kind of getting an Elgato Stream Deck and a wireless mouse all in one. So that's pretty cool. You could do, basically I'm about to tell you what you can do at an Elgato Stream Deck because we're getting close to that being now. So this is on sale though for $79.99. When I got it, it was free because Elgato sent it out to me. But in any case, you only got 6 hours left on this one. I wonder if all of them are 6 hours left. I guess so. 2 a.m., right? 6 hours. So take that for what it's worth. This is the white one. The black one's 79. And yeah, so you got a wired one right there. Take the wired one out if you want to. But anyways, moving on. My RGB lights that you guys and gals see in the background that you always ask me about, these are them. These are them right here. And I'm going to show them to you right now. I can change the color of them on the fly. I definitely like these because I can just hit a button on my Stream Deck and go to any color I want. You can set these up as however you want to set them up, and you can just literally, they just work. They're $60 a piece. It's an investment, but if you're making content and you want to look good while you're making content, I mean, seeing is believing. You know what I mean? Like, I think I like orange. Orange is my new color for my reviews, by the way. I think it looks good. That light is not wireless, if you haven't been able to tell yet. But yeah, I really like these. They connect to they're Govee. Again, everything is Govee for me when it comes to lighting for the most part, other than my LED, my key lights up here. But they work with your Stream Deck. They work on the app. They just work. So take that for what it's worth. $60 a pop. Somebody was just asking me literally yesterday, they want to get what I got. They love my setup. And these are those lights. So they're usually $100, right? I believe. Yeah, usually $99 on sale for $60. Take that for what it's worth, and check them out if you want to. Links in the description, and you can do all kind of stuff with these, by the way. Just have fun. The app's crazy. Like, there's all kind of things you can do with the apps and stuff. I'm basic. I just need basic lighting for basic videos. So take that for what it's worth. But these lights are pretty cool. I like them. I've been using them for about a year now. Now moving on. Number one question I'm asked: what mic are you using? You sound amazing. Like, I'm always told that in any meeting I'm in, any podcast I'm in, anything I'm doing, I'm always asked what mic I'm using. This is it. This is the Mayano PD400X. You're like, why don't we see Mayanos? Because I put black tape over it. They're not paying to be in every single one of my videos. They're not going to just get free advertising in every single video. They get the advertising today because it's on sale. And I think this mic is worth $112 all day long. It's USB, it's XLR, so if you don't have a mixer, you can plug it up USB. USB, in my opinion, still sounds good. Doesn't sound as good as the XLR, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion, but if you don't have a mixer, run it as USB until you get a mixer, and then go get it. Then you're good to go, you know what I mean? It does all kind of different things. You can see you got an app you can download to the PC as well if you want to do that. Control the EQ and stuff for nerds that want to do that. You have my touch buttons here and all this, that, and the other for USB. The XLR doesn't do any of that because it's just sending a signal. But if you are interested in any of that, you can do all that. And this is a good sound mic. I've gotten a bunch of mics. I literally got probably 35 mics in a closet, and I still use this one. That has to speak to someone. And I've even got newer mics from Mayano. I've got the Mayano PD300 X that's newer than this, but I keep coming back to this because this mic just sounds better. Plain and simple. So for $112, it's a really good sounding mic, especially just take it for the worth. Now, it doesn't come with a boom arm or anything like that, so if you want a setup like this, you will need to get the boom arm. Just FYI there. I don't remember. I think it comes with just a regular stand. Yeah, it should come with that stand. If you see it right there underneath, it should come with that. All right, let's move on to the next item. Okay, Stream Deck. We're in the Stream Decks, okay? This is what I wanted to tell you guys and gals about, especially if you have a PC, if you have a computer or a laptop. Stream Decks are a game changer because they literally save so much time for you that don't know it. You can set your Stream Decks up to do anything you want. You think about it, it can do it. You want it to turn off your computer? It'll turn it off. You want it to open 15 different apps at the same time? It'll do that. You want to set it up to open every single platform that you go and apply for gigs at, or Fiverr, or Notion, or your Excel sheet, all the things that you open every single day to get started with your business. If you work on a PC, it'll do that with one button. Talking about saving time. saving money is time is money, right? I say that all the time. Time is money, and the Stream Deck just saves that for me. It saves me time. Like I use it for everything. I use it to edit with. I use it to run I use it to change the colors on my lights behind me. I can just press a button and it changes the colors on my lights behind me. Like, you know what I mean? So when I go to stream or I go to make a video, I hit a button, it turns my camera on, it turns my lights on, it brings up my streaming or my recording programs. It does all of that for me, so I don't have to do it. It brings up my teleprompter on my prompter for me, so I don't have to do that. These little things, these little micromanaging things that I do, that the Stream Deck does for me, saves me time, so I don't have to do that. And it seems like very minimalistic, minimal. It seems very minimal. I'm going to get it right eventually. But if you add that time up every single day that you do it, it turns into a lot of time saved. And that leaves time for family. That leaves time for more UGC jobs or content, making content, more streaming, more whatever you're doing for your business. It gives you more time to do that. So the Stream Deck is on this. This is a 6-key one. It's on sale for $50. It's a good deal. You get 6 buttons, but you can add more profiles. So you get 6 buttons, but you can have more than 6 buttons because you can just switch it over, hit a button to go to the next 5. You would lose 1, so it'd be 5, and then you can go and switch through them. But maybe you're like, you know what? 6 isn't going to be enough because it sounds like I could do a lot with it. You can. You can check out this. This is the Fine D6. It's essentially a Stream Deck from Elgato. It's just Fine main one. The difference is there's not a lot, but the software is not as good as Elgato. If you've never messed with a Stream Deck before, you've never messed with Elgato before, and you want to start dabbling in it, then the D6 is a great place to start because you're going to get 15 buttons and you can pretty much do everything you could do with an Elgato Stream Deck. There are a few things you can't do, but if you're not as deep as I am into controlling things, then you probably won't even notice it. But if you're trying to just open and close apps and stuff like that on your PC, set it up to do hotkeys on your PC and stuff like that, maybe do some light editing with it and stuff like that, control your volume and your media player and things like that, it'll do all that. It doesn't control your Govee lights unless they did an update. That's the biggest thing. Like I couldn't get it to control my Govee smart plugs. So that was a bummer. So other than that though, you say, well, I wanted to control my Govee lights, James. Okay, well, get an Elgato Stream Deck Plus. Yeah, the price goes up because you get more stuff with it. Let me explain what you get with this bad boy right here. This is what I'm using right here, by the way. This is what I have. This is right here is controlling everything. I can turn off the sound so you don't hear it. I can turn up the sound so it gets louder, and I can turn it back down. Everything, I can control everything from here with these dials, right? These dials can be turned into buttons. They press in, they can be buttons, mute buttons, buttons for whatever you want it for pretty much. They can be, the screen right above it, buttons. So I can mute it by touching the screen. I can make it a button, its own button if I want to. And then you have 5 buttons there. But what's cool about it is you can just swipe on the screen to go to your next page. Instead of taking a button up, now you don't have to take a button up. You have 8 buttons and you swipe and you have 8 more buttons. You swipe, you have 8 buttons. So this just essentially gives you a ton of options and stuff to have a lot of different things going on at once, being able to control everything. And again, time is money. This one is $179. The other one was $169. But this one comes with the XLR adapter on the back of it for $10 more. Even if you don't have an XLR mic, I just say get this one, because if you ever do get an XLR mic, if you ever do get into streaming, you ever do want a podcast setup and stuff, and you're going to build your setup around a podcast setup, right? You're going to build your setup on your PC and you're going to get a mic like this and stuff eventually, then go ahead and just get this, because this is just makes the most sense for the money. It's $10 more. This by itself, the adapter that goes on the back of this for the XLR is over $100. It's usually $120. So you're getting not only the Elgato Stream Deck on sale, it's usually $200. So say it's $180. So you're getting it on sale for $20, but you're saving another $120 because this is usually $120. So this whole setup, typically speaking, it's like $200 to $340. You're getting it for $180 right now. That's a pretty dang good deal. So if you're definitely thinking about that or something like that, I definitely hop on this because I'm not, when I say this is typically a $200 stream deck, it is. When I'm telling you let me see if this is even down here. I had it in my cart. Yeah, I don't see it down here. I was hoping to see it down here so I can just show you the price that it really is. But in any case, the adapter is usually $120. I'm like 98% positive. So for $180 for everything, killer deal. I would hop on that immediately. Let's move on. We got one more item. Or I got two more items because I got one I'm going to add to, especially for content creators and UGC creators. I don't have no more items. That was my last item. Okay, cool. The last one I want to go ahead and just pull up right here for you right now. As I talked about it earlier, and I want to bring it up one more time because I don't want people to miss out on this one, especially if you're a content creator. If you've been wanting the Pocket, listen, if you've been wanting the Pocket Osmo 3 from DJI, it's like $800, $700. This right here on the screen is a replica, literally a replica of it, and it works the same as everything else does. I have been on this screen the entire for most of the stream, haven't I swapped to this, and then I have been on this the entire time. And that sucks. Oh crap. Okay, so real quick, I showed you that. Where did I know I went into? Okay, here. Okay, so I showed you that. All right, real quick, I'm gonna run through this real quick. These are the Gobi lights I was talking about. You saw them because I showed you a bunch of examples of them and stuff like that. And then right here is the Manon PD400 I was talking about. So you can kind of see it real quick. And then right here is the Stream Deck 6 buttons. The Stream Deck with, but this is the fine Stream Deck I was telling you about. Same exact thing for the most part, other than the software. And then right here is where we're at. And I'm going to go back to this. I'm not going to forget to switch back over. This is the same exact model as the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This thing works and does the same exact thing, down to the specs. Some people say this is the DJI. It's just a replica. They made a new company so they can get around the tariffs and stuff. I'm just telling you what I hear. I'm not saying I'm a conspiracy theorist, a conspiracy theory or anything. I'm just letting you know that you get everything that you see here on the screen, now that I'm using my Elgato Stream Deck the right way, to work. So you get, everything that you get is here. It's $500. I just got this the other day. This was $600 the other day. $600, $700, something like that. It was I think it was like $650 if I remember correctly. That was it's still cheaper than the DJI Pocket Osmo 3, Osmo Pocket 3, whatever the heck you call it. And now it's $500. It's the same exact thing. Like it literally, it's 98% the same exact thing. The only thing from my understanding, and I have never used a Pocket Osmo 3, so I don't know. I can hook a wireless mic up to this myself. I've done it with my Comica, my Rode. They work perfectly fine. The only thing that doesn't work, the only thing that wasn't working, from my understanding, from what I was told, was the DJI mics. I don't know how true it is because I don't have DJI mics. I have Rode and Comica wireless mics, and they both worked. So take that for what it's worth. From my understanding, DJI only works with DJI, and that's the reason why. DJI just need to do a firmware update to their existing camera right here, and it will probably work. Hint, hint, DJI, like we're just here to tell you, update it. We know it's you. Or it's either them or somebody's pissed off at the company that used to work there, was behind helping making this, and just took this to another company and started another company, and they are making a buttload of money right now because this thing, literally the only thing different on this camera versus the other camera, legitimately is the fonts. The fonts look different. That's it. Everything from the quality, the specs, the sensor, to the way this thing wakes up, to the color on the screen itself, to the vlogging mode, to the D-log, like everything's the same. We all know what's going on here. The only reason why I'm talking about it is $500. So if you've been thinking about it, been looking at the Pocket Osmo 3, but you don't want to pull the trigger because it's like $700, $800, get this. It's $500. Think of it as $150+ off the DJI. It's as simple as that. You will not be mad because I'm not. I love this thing. I'm taking it to TwitchCon next week. I'm going to be making some cool content with it and stuff. But in any case, this is my last stream. It's been real. I'm going to have to like go in and like do some title or something and maybe add something at the beginning of this video saying I screwed up. Because of the freaking screen recording thing. But in any case, I really appreciate everybody that's hung out for all the streams and stuff like that, showing your love and support. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the links being clicked and things being bought through those links. It really helps me out, and it really means a lot to me and my family for you doing that. Thank you so much. And I really hope that some of the items helped you out and some of the items you liked and you like streams like this. If you do, let me know. I might do more quick streams like this. This was only a 30-minute stream. Yeah. So in any case, I love you guys, and be good. Till next Prime Day, I guess, right? I won't be here for Black Friday. I'll be gone, checking out for a week, much needed week. I'll see you guys in the next video. You guys know it if you've been here a long